Okay, so how did you get your gig? Tell us about the story. How you got your gig of doing these voices for the park? Because you do, how many different voices there? You do all the parades,
I do all the parades, most of the fireworks announcements. You know, a lot of what I do is just the park voice, because there have been times when I've been able to disguise it enough that people won't say, "Oh, it's the park voice."
Right.
One of those times was last night. I did a piece for the Wally Boat Benny Taylor tribute. And that's always a lot of fun because I don't get a chance to play somebody way into the West very often. But nonetheless, I moved out here from Pittsburgh in the early 80s and fell madly in love all over again with Jack Wagner's voice. Jack was the guy who every Sunday night told me, "Walt Disney presents The Wonderful World of Color." And I went, I gotta have that voice. I gotta have that voice. I never got around to that voice. But I started doing things for a lady who was very nice when you know, we started doing voice work for them. And she said, "Someday I'm gonna be able to do something nice for you because you've been so good to our little company here." She called me about 3 or 4 years later and she said, "I've just started working with another company and they have some really fancy audio equipment that we'd like you to see." And I said, "Okay, I'll come over and take a look." And the guy says to me, "Well, this is all the fancy equipment and this is kind of how it works." And I went, "Oh, that's really cool." And then he says, "I understand you like Jack Wagner." I said, "The man is my hero. He really is one of the most amazing voice talents ever because he manages to bring this warmth, but a feeling of solid, you know, this is the way it is, without being overly voice barkerish. I mean, he doesn't sound like a guy that you're going to find at Ringling Brothers." And he says, "Well, we understand that you do a pretty good Jack Wagner." And I said, he hands me the copy that you just heard at the beginning of the show, the original one. And it was for the Main Street Electrical Parade instead of the fireworks. He says, "We'd like you to read this." So I went in. He says, do another take. Do it this way." And I went, "Okay." And came out of the booth and he says, "I don't make the final decision, but by Thursday you're going to find out that you're the new voice of Disneyland." And has been ever since. That was 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
Another round of applause for